So this is the introduction to Mighty Molecule, which is 7th grade first section after the launch video. And what you're really supposed to do here is get the kids interested in what we're doing. So this is the introduction to performance task. I imagine this will only take one class period. I've created this presentation for you. It's already in the 7th grade folder, so you can follow my instructions here and the written instructions to help the students through this process. So you introduce the Mighty Molecule. And then the first part they're going to do is you have the clue chart for them, which is also in there. And you're going to ask them, what do you know about water on Earth? And this should get them thinking. Give them 2 minutes. If you feel like 2 minutes is too long for the introductory activity, that's fine. You can change the timer there, make a copy and put it in your own file, please. So what do you think you know? It's really important that you stress at this point that right answers don't matter because science is all about making predictions. So this is part of the hypothesis stage, right? They've lived life, they've seen water, they've interacted with water. So what do they know about water on Earth? What do they think they know? And it's really important that you honor the thinking time here and have the kids do this part independently and quietly because they're all going to want to talk about it. They're all going to want to tell each other why they're wrong. But it's really important that you have them focus on just doing this independently and honoring that think time. After that, you can go ahead and I would just ask the whole group to share and randomly call like popsicle stick 5 or 6 kids. You can have a large clue chart either on paper where you're writing it on paper for people, or you can have a class clue chart. So you have like first period clue chart and then you type it on there so that the kids can see how the living document works, because this is a living document and you're going to revisit it throughout the unit. So then you ask for some kids to share and you put it on the big document. If somebody shares something and another student doesn't have that information yet, you can offer to let them write it down. During this stage, I would give them a goal of like, you need to come up with 5 things you know about water. Water's not that crazy. They should be interacting with it daily, right? And then here you have a share out. Then you're going to have them watch this video. And this video is brought to you by NASA, and it talks more about what water is on Earth, already embedded for you. So there you go. And then you're going to revisit the clue chart. Okay, so based on the video we just watched, what have you learned? Or what are you wondering based on what you heard? And just give them a few minutes to do this part. If there is something that was disproven during this video under the I know, tell them not to erase the I know, but simply cross it out. And you can revisit the chart that you did as a whole class and show them the cross out function as well, where you're not deleting it, you're not getting rid of the idea, but you're crossing it out of, oh, that was disproven. If they have information on the I know, and it matches with something that they've learned or something that they were wondering, then those should go across on the same area. So their chart, they're going to be jumping around the whole chapter or unit 7.1 as they learn new information. Okay, so that's that part. They watch that video, then you're going to have them round robin with their group. And ideally, they could round robin so that every item on their what I've learned or what I'm wondering is said. So if I round robin this and person 1 starts, if we go around a couple times where everyone's sharing one item at a time and person 2 runs out, then we can skip person 2, but honor that everyone else gets to share what they have and everyone has the ability to add in new information from their partners so that this should really start filling up. Maybe an I learned from person 2 matches with what I think I know partner 1, and you can have that information there. You can also have them talk about evidence. So if they learned something from the video that matches with an I know, they can place that in the evidence that I've gained, and the evidence is cited from the video, right? Then you're going to watch another one, and this video is about basically the need for water purification. And this is how you're starting to get to the introduction of the performance task. By the end of 5 weeks, they should be able to. So we're building them up towards a climax here. You will have them again revisit the clue chart, anything that they know now because they watched the video, more evidence. This process should go faster during the time because I've already done it today. And then you can just have them do another round robin share out based on that video. And what they should be getting at this point is number one, water is limited on Earth, fresh water is limited on Earth. And number two, it's contaminated. Like, we need to deal with this issue. And this is something that should hit home for most of these kiddos because they live in Porterville and we have drought and we have issues with water as well. So then here's the performance task. This is where you really need to create the buy-in for the students so that they are interested in what are we doing for the next 5 weeks. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get to science class because I'm going to be learning these skills. So their role is they're going to be hydrologists, and they're going to use their knowledge of physical properties and molecular structures to design and construct a desalination device. That's a device that converts seawater into fresh water using solar energy. What? That's crazy. That's like a huge thing. And I, as a 7th grader, I'm going to do that. Awesome. So on their clue chart, then you're going to instruct them to create a list of I wonders. If I know that this is my final performance task, what do I need to know to be able to attack that task? And again, as a whole group, you share out, you create your I wonders so that every day you can remind them that we're working towards this goal of being able to construct a desalination device using solar power. And there's a ton of information that we don't know as 7th graders yet that we have to figure out to be able to do it. So the performance test should be revisited regularly, and it will be embedded in the content. But questions you can ask are, how does this help us towards our final goal, right? Those are questions that you want the kiddos to be thinking about every day. How does the activity we did today, how does the reading we did today, how does that help you towards your goal? And you're going to visit that clue chart continually throughout the unit as well. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns about how this works. Hey, I'm still figuring out screencast-o-matic. But this is in the folder. The clue chart's already there, so you should be able to get going from that. Not what I wanted to do. Is this the stop button? Is this the